freedom for all.
Radio for all.
You are now live with the Humble Prince on Sahara FM Radio. Yeah. We're back? Are you sure?
Yes,
all right, thank you. Tonight's show is brought to you by the law offices of Bolandi Maiwa PC. Please go to www.maiwalaw.com for all your legal consultations or your questions concerning immigration, marriage, child support, everything. They're waiting for you. Also, the International Coalition for African Fashion, and she's supposed to be our in-studio guest, but she's going to be joining us by phone shortly. Also, GIA Now, that is Globally Igniting Africa. Please, we want you to go to their website, GIA Now. Please donate just $50. We're trying to provide 1,000 care boxes for women in Nigeria, South Africa, and Tanzania. It's for a good cause. Thank you very much. And of course, I'm joined by the beautiful guest co-host, Dolapo Adedapo. Thank you, man.
How they keep dragging me back in here.
Yeah. Definitely.
No, it's a good team. I love everyone in here. So.
Oh, fantastic, man. The whole team is hot. Omali Chai, everybody. TLC Phillips with Entertainment News. Big things in the works for her. Yeah, fantastic. I like the hair, though. Where'd you get that done? Here or Nigeria?
Nigeria.
Fantastic. If you try to do that hair, man, that will cost you like...
I can't even say how much this costs.
You can't, man.
You're just going to be cursing at me.
Exactly.
Let's just say it took 2 hours and 5 people on my head.
That was it?
Yes.
And here, would it take you like, what, 8?
First of all, I think it's find 5 people to sit there
Yeah.
and twist my hair for me.
And
5 people, 2 hours, I was out, and
Wow.
I'm embarrassed to say how much. Like, it's almost sad how much I paid for this.
Wow.
Let's just say I did it in Ibadan, and it was less than the equivalent of $10.
Whoa!
Yeah. I know. It's almost sad to say that. It's like
I will travel
liberal
every...
situation.
It's crazy, man. Let's talk about Bill Cosby before the news got drowned out by Ferguson. And we're just waiting for our other guest, Abdul Alke, who should be on his way. Can you believe he's asking for the address to this place? I'm going to get on his ass.
I'm not commenting. Don't call him out,
God
Joe.
damn it, right. So how do you see the Bill Cosby situation?
Okay, 19 alligators. I feel like I am part of the generation, those 80s babies that grew up on the Bill Cosby show with Cliff Huxtable.
He's an American
and
icon,
everyone.
legend.
I'm almost in shock, really. Like, I feel like that's my saying for tonight. Just in shock at all these things coming out.
Right.
But I think that what people are failing to realize, because people that are like, how could he? This is Bill Cosby. You need to separate Cliff Huxtable from Bill Cosby.
Exactly.
And I think I had to do that in my mind to be like, well, he's not exactly that character. So,
right.
And he's like, so it's possible. Like,
right.
People are confusing you. So for, if 1 or 2 people had come out, I would have said, okay, 15 minutes of fame, maybe. Why would you wait that long? What happens? Oh, but 19 people, I believe now. Come on, I mean, It's just too much. I don't necessarily believe that it's all 19, but there's a good chunk of people, and obviously this sort of establishes a trend.
Right.
And he's been doing this for a long time, and it calls a lot into question. And everyone's pretty much pulled all their sponsorship. And it seems like everyone has the same story. He drugged them.
Exactly.
They woke up. He was like, "Yeah, take some cab fare."
Right.
He was so. Yeah. This is not funny, but he was so gangster about it. Like,
right.
I don't even know what to say.
And you know what also didn't really help him out is that one of his former colleagues from NBC said that, he actually used to give them money to pay off some girls to keep them quiet and everything. He showed them receipts in his name and everything. And he said when he got fed up of it, he that's why he quit the Cosby Show and everything. But all this has been out for a while.
It is. I mean,
it came out like in 2005, right?
And I've got an interesting spin on this, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be attacked for this. But I feel like a lot of these women were settled. Like, he settled them outside, and that's why they didn't report for so long. My thing is, I'm sorry, women are going to hate me for this, but if you've collected money before, and you now waited 10, 15 years, and you're now like, let me scream rape, but you've collected the payoff before, I'm sorry, but it's like by not coming out immediately, I know even you're like, wait, no, what he did is wrong.
A man cannot get away with what you just said. Seriously.
But the truth of the fact is, if someone is raped, they need to shout it out from the rooftops, and you could have prevented other people from being raped in the future because they would have caught him. I don't care who he is.
Right.
But if you took the payoff, and now 20 years later, you're like, I decide he needs to pay. You have perpetuated this. You have enabled him to rape other women.
Right.
you probably are the first woman he ever did this to. If he was caught then, he would never have tried this nonsense again.
True.
But you took the payoff. You were silenced. The statute of limitation has passed, and now you're like, let me tell everyone.
He can't go to jail.
He can't go to jail.
Right.
And you took the payoff.
Right.
Rape is not. I'm not like at all saying that he's innocent. What he did was wrong.
Right.
He should pay all these sponsorships that they're pulling. They should.
Right. You
But
know,
20 years.
I gotta say that Bill Cosby, of course, everybody knows him as an American icon.
He's not clip possible.
Yeah, but no, but he's
No, but he is the Jello guy,
comedy.
the pudding
Right.
guy. Yes.
Yeah, he's like a legend. I mean, everybody. He's well respected. He's definitely
Yeah.
But guess what? We share the same birthday too, July 12th. Yeah, I don't. I used to be proud. Yeah. So
Yeah, well, I mean, he's had a lot of like issues in his family. I think his son was murdered a couple years back. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Something like that.
That was
I mean,
that was sad.
this guy's had it kind of
Right.
rough.
But again, I really feel like when he did the interview on NPR and when he did again with the Associated Press, he should have said something.
But
he just
I
kept
think
quiet. He
there's
should have
nothing
just.
to say, and I feel like
What do you mean
he's
there's
like,
nothing- he could-
no.
he could have denied
in
it.
his mind. Yeah, come on, you can't deny something. It's clearly true. Denying it after 10 women, 12 women, we're up to 19. No one's gonna believe him at this point. So I think he's just decided to say, I'm not even gonna comment.
Yeah.
Statute of limitations has passed. And you can't arrest me, so
Right.
I'm not going to comment. There's nothing to say. You can't make an excuse for this. What is he
Right.
gonna? I guarantee if he does decide to come, he'll probably come out with a statement saying, he has some sort of issue and he was abused as a child. Like, you know how people try to do. No, I feel like that's how people come and they're like,
Right.
he's so sorry. He's very sick and he's gonna seek treatment. I mean, that's the only way I can see him getting out of this. And even
Right.
that isn't necessarily getting out of it. It's just there's no way to appease the public. on
But
this.
one thing I was reading earlier, they said his wife is standing by him.
After her, like 50 years, where's she gonna go? No, I don't mean it. Oh gosh.
Wow. Yeah, but they said.
I mean, she obviously knew this was happening all along.
Yeah, but
so
it's like every other day. This is like the Tiger Woods thing. Every girl, the people are just coming out of the works. At
once
least
one person comes out, it's
Right.
like a rippling effect.
right?
And it's
I wish
like-
they, and I wish they had come out earlier because, and again, all this is alleged. We still don't know. No, it's alleged. I mean, maybe
mean,
in
it
the
is
court
alleged
in the
and-
court of public opinion, he might be,
Guilty.
and his image is tarnished. But I wish they had come out years ago
Yeah.
and pressed charges
Thank
and let him
you.
do the crime
Exactly.
let him do the time for the crime
What
he
is
committed.
and apparently, this all started from some comedian
Yeah, Hannibal Buress.
that he said it. Like, how did that? To me,
He
the
was
way it
making-
started,
yeah, he
it
was
just
like
seemed
how,
like how.
Bill Cosby is condescending towards black people, telling them to pull their pants up and everything. And he said, you're a rapist, and he thinks if you're playing.
So this
if
was
you-
obviously something that people knew.
Yeah.
You need to be using it in your.
I remember when
your
it came out
acts.
the first time, like in 2006 or 5, somewhere around there. And then he literally said, the guy said, Google Bill Cosby rape. He said he would get more hits than Hannibal Buress. And
Wow.
it went from there, and people started Googling everything. I mean, in this day and age of social media, man, information is ubiquitous. It travels fast like that. Yeah. So
people clearly knew, and
Right.
it was just not in the forefront, and no one was really. Social media is a scary thing.
it
Gotta
is.
be
It's a
honest.
gift and a curse.
It really is.
Right.
I mean, make
Awareness.
one. Like, I don't even the footprint that you can leave, like your sort of social media footprint, if that's
Crazy.
even a saying,
Right.
it's scary now. Like, be very careful what
Right.
you put out there, because this little accusation or this little comment, even if you delete it, like
Right.
Lisa Bonet, like, who quit the Cosby Show. I remember
she
this
said it,
years
yeah.
ago. She made a quick comment on Twitter, I believe, and she was like, whatever comes out in the dark, whatever goes on in the dark comes out in the light,
Right.
or you get something whatever
Yeah.
you reap, you sow, or something like that. So
Right.
you reap, yeah. She deleted it maybe like 20 minutes later. It is everywhere. It's on
everywhere.
TMZ, and they're like,
Yeah.
well, maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's why she left the show. He molested her.
Right.
Within seconds.
There.
Yeah.
Real quick, we have Abby saying, "Humble, who is this? Your fine co-host? Where's Abby? Abby's on his way."
Don't worry. There's something for the ladies. Yeah, I'll have two.
There's something for the ladies,
good-looking
right?
men.
Yeah.
No, you say no, we have you now, but they're used to you.
God
So
damn it.
I'll have two good-looking men. So there's something for the ladies.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
There's always something for the ladies.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just read some of our Facebook comments. I have Obi Alozie says, Bill Cosby was a hot celebrity that was outnumbered by the chick that wanted to break through and fame, so no one should be surprised at the level of exposure and allegations. While this kind of attitude must be condemned, some of these ladies are also to be blamed. The world would not also be interested to know how they benefited. Something to what you said. Right. So,
Sorry, I'm having a little banter with
you know, we're in holiday spirit, guys. Forgive us and everything.
We have fun in the studio. You guys, you're missing out, man.
Oh, okay.
Just want to see you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, Nick.
Apparently they're
You,
complaining. They
Nick,
can't see
you
my
said
face.
during the
They
break.
can't see my face. They're complaining. They can't see my face. What can I say?
We need to, you know what? It's talk radio, man. We don't need to see nobody's face but mine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So humble.
Obi, thank you so much for that comment. Let me see what other. I can't read some. Guys, I'll read your comments on the air, man. But you have to.
Okay.
Not spell check. Tone it down. Somebody just said he's guilty. Blah blah blah. No, I'm not gonna say that.
I mean, I'd
it's
be
a
curious
legend.
to know. I'd be curious to know if there's anyone that's actually supporting Bill Cosby at this point.
No, that's
like,
the thing.
Is there
Nobody has
anyone
really.
that's defending
Well,
him?
the Smithsonian came out to support him and say that
okay,
they're not going
really?
to pull out. They wanted. He has an art display, right? And they said that people wanted to. They wanted. People wanted the Smithsonian to take down the art.
No, but you know,
No, because in his house.
I know. He just snuck in.
Yeah.
No, but okay. Here's my problem with
Right.
the world.
Yeah.
You can go from the most popular person in the world, the most
Yeah.
loved person,
That's
and
what's.
in an instance, any sort of
Just like that.
allegation, and like you
Right.
said, they are sort of they're. He's not necessarily guilty yet. So let's not
Right.
just say you're innocent
Right.
until proven guilty. But people so quickly jump on the bandwagon, and almost to
Right.
be relevant, it's like this mob mentality, and everyone has something to say. Oh, to take it down. Oh, this, and it's just like it literally is mob mentality.
Right.
Everyone wants to join in. We want to say we've said something. We're going to pull out of the show. He's the worst person in the
Yeah.
world. And
Right. Can you believe they've canceled the Bill Cosby? Not canceled,
no,
but
you
they
shouldn't
pulled it.
cancel
I know.
Cosby
Other people
show.
are
Everyone
suffering.
loves the Cosby show. It's a classic.
He has something coming, I think, on Netflix and NBC. They canceled that too, and
Yeah,
some
it's
show
time for him to
appearances.
retire.
Queen Latifah and what's
I'm
his
kinda
name?
sad
David
by that,
Letterman.
actually.
Right. Yeah. Let me read some other comments. We have let me see what they said. And Senga says. So I'll post it on Facebook the other day and said, I said Bill Cosby cannot wait for the Ferguson grand jury to announce their decision. Hopefully that will take over, and which it has. And Abby's going to be joining us shortly. We're going to be talking about that. And it says, yes, it will overtake, but I think his comeback as a big TV star is pretty much dead. And his legacy
You'd be
is,
surprised.
yeah, and it said his legacy is permanently tarnished. I'll say in any case, I do suggest his publicity team should not solicit any more Cosby memes. Did you see the Cosby memes? That was a disaster. They killed his ass. Woo.
You know, this
Yeah.
is, and mark my words, I feel like there's been so many celebrities that have almost had worse scandals. They give it a few years, they let it die down, they come back and they're in a sitcom and this, and people, we're so easy. We're
Easy
so
to
easy
will
to
forgiving
turn,
society, yeah.
but we're also very, like, we forgive so easily.
But,
He's
you know,
gonna come back in a few years,
not-
he's gonna be in some show, and they'll actually hire him because he's controversial and they know that people are gonna have a lot to say, so people will tune in. And they're going to leverage off this sort of
We'll see, man. But
publicity.
he's in his twilight
and
years. He's what is he now? 77.
mark
But-
my words, he's gonna be
Yeah.
on a show or have some skits
Well, we'll see.
in a few years, and
Right.
everyone's gonna tune in.
No, we'll see.
And you'll be talking about it.
Sorry, correction though. Not all celebrities. I wouldn't want to get into a scandal like that. Or
There's a lot of behind the
let's
scenes
take a
stuff
break,
there.
guys. We'll be right back. Again, tonight's show is brought to you by the law offices of Bolanli Mayowa PC. Please go to their website www.mayowalaw.com. Also, the International Coalition for Africa Fashion. We're going to be joining that. She's going to be joining us by the phone. Her name is Sudi Nalo. She was supposed to be in the studio, but I guess due to the weather, she couldn't make it. And also, Globally Igniting Africa. Please go to their website, gianow.org, and donate. Yes, we're going to be providing 1,000 care boxes for women in Tanzania, Nigeria, and South Africa. I'm going to make you read this. You know, you're going to be guest co-hosting soon, so got to get used to this.
Well, I'm ready.
We'll be right back, live with Humble Prince. Turn that up, Jonathan.